Hello, this is Mama Julie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to give you a quick update on my microlocs journey. So it's been 15 months since I started the microlocs. The initial day was April of 2025 and we are currently in July of 2026. I started with the locs. Those of you who are new to the channel, with a 2-strand twist done by me. So since the last update in April, one thing I will talk about, as you all can see in this video, is the length. I will say my microlocs has gained a lot of length compared to how it was 3 months ago. And then I have also gained a lot of thickness. The hair has thickened up a lot and looks very full compared to the initial stages. Those of you who have not seen my first month video, you can go back, look at the link below or on my website to look at the first video of how my locks were looking when they were initially installed. And the next update I'm going to talk about is the locking process. So currently I will say most of my hair have locked. As I mentioned in my previous video, that my back row completely locked, and that is still the case. More of the locks have locked as well. And one thing I want to say, another update will be braiding and banding. I have stopped braiding and banding maybe about a month ago. That's why you can see a lot of frizz, especially this past 1 month. The hair is more frizzier because I stopped braiding and banding, and that makes the hair also look thicker. I've noticed that the braiding and banding, or even using the reef air to dry the hair after washing it, stretches out the hair. It's like you take 5 steps forward and take 3 steps backwards. That's what the braiding and banding, or the drying of the hair with a hair dryer, that's what it's doing to the locks. It stretches out the lock, and then it's like it reverses the locking process. It's working against the locking process, and it takes longer for the locks to actually lock. And my intention is not to keep my ends, especially with the braiding and banding. Your ends get unraveled. So the past couple of months, I've decided not to braid and band. I've used the reef air to dry the hair twice since my last update, and that only stretch out the hair. It tamed the frizz. It makes the hair less frizzier. However, of course, it makes the hair longer and stretch out, which means that the locking process has to begin all over again. So this past month I decided not to dry my hair with the reef hair, or even do the braiding and banding. So far I've not noticed any bunching. In case there is any, maybe then I will be forced to use the reef hair to dry the hair one more time to correct any bunching. All right, so another thing I will talk about is wash day. My wash day routine have not changed. I still wash my hair every Friday evening. That's once a week, with alata samina, that is African black soap, which I use. Just wash the hair, put the soap one time, let it lather, and then I wash it once. My hair is washed once a week, so I don't need to wash it multiple times. before rinsing it out. So that is that. And then in terms of oiling, I still don't use oil in the hair, in the locks, or even on my scalp since the last update, like as in 9 months. The 9th month I stopped using oil on my scalp and also in the locks. So right now at this point I don't experience any kind of unraveling or from my hair. Okay. And then another update I want to share is spraying. So I've started spraying my hair with some homemade spray, some herbs and avocado water that I made at home, that I use every day, at least for the past month, to spray my hair. So the past month my hair is more frizzier and thicker. My strands are really very thick and strong. They don't break easily. So as you can see in the pictures that I'm showing you, you can see that my last pictures, my hair looks frizzier and more fuller because of the spray that I've been using. I spray into my scalp and into my hair, and then I massage my scalp really good. So of course that makes the hair also grow quickly, which means I need a retie. And so in terms of my plan, so far I love my locks. However, one thing I wish I will do different, maybe in the future, my plan is to start all over because of the parts. The way I parted my hair, the sizes are not the same. So from the pictures you can see that the back locks are thicker compared to the front. So there's more volume at the front compared to the back. So that's something I will eventually want to correct, if that means like shaving off my hair and then starting all over. So that's something I want to do in the future. As to when, I don't know, but don't be surprised if you see that my hair has been shaved. Yes, so that I can get my part straight and then start all over. So that leads me to advice. So if you are thinking of starting your lock, one advice I will give you is that take your time to get your part straight, especially if you are going to be doing it for yourself. Initially, I wasn't concerned about the parts per se, or I didn't have enough time to think of doing the parts all the same, because the first day I did them, the back bigger, and then the next day I decided to make the front smaller just for volume. So that's my advice. That's something I have learned. So if you are beginning or thinking of doing your locks, just make sure you get the sizes the same, because as your locks mature, you're going to notice the difference if they don't have the same sizes. So another advice I will also give is avoid oil. If you want your locks to lock faster, don't put oil in the hair or in the locks, even on your scalp. That can cause a lot of unraveling, and unraveling means that you're going to spend more time to either you retwist, or if you interlock, you see a lot of slippage from your scalp, from the root of your hair. So that's what oil will do, unless you are okay with spending more time to retwist or to interlock. Then you can go ahead to use the oil. So that leads me to another advice, or something I've also learned, Even though a lot of people will tell you that when you start your locks, oh, don't wet it or don't put water in it for a couple of days or couple of months. From my experience this past 15 months, the more water in your hair, the faster it locks. So washing my hair frequently has really helped my locks to thicken up and also to lock faster. So washing it once a month or 2 months, unless you have your hair twisted with gel or whatever, that will make washing it like the hair to unravel quickly, then don't do that. With two-strand twist or with interlocking, yes, the hair needs water. It's the water that causes the tangling to take place. So don't be afraid to wash your hair. Just be gentle, especially the initial stages, so that the lock doesn't unravel. And also, final advice is that it's a journey. It takes time. So take it one day at a time. Enjoy every stage. Don't be in a rush. Don't be in a hurry. Learn from the mistakes of others, and then hopefully you'll have the best positive outcome. And I think that's all the updates I have. So if you have any questions for me, feel free and leave it in the comments below. And if you like my videos, give it a thumbs up, and you can subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.